Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss the AC and DC bridges. So let us first of all discuss the DC bridge. Okay, DC bridge. Actually, the bridges are used for measurement of passive elements like R, L, C. Okay, but as long as DC bridge is considered, it is used only for the measurement of resistor. Okay, so the bridge circuitry for the DC bridge, it consists of only resistor, right? No inductor, no capacitor. Okay. Right. And here in between these 2 points, we'll be having a detector D. Okay. And here the external supply. Let us consider it as a E. Okay. Next, suppose this is a resistor R1, R2, R3 and R4. Okay. Next, the voltage across R1 is E1. Consider this voltage is E1, right? Voltage across R2 is E2. Consider this voltage is E2. Voltage across R3 is E3. So this voltage is E3. And here it is E4. Okay, E4. So like this we are having, and the bridge is at balanced condition when the current flowing through this deflector will be 0. Okay, so at bridge balance, so actually what happens, out of these three, okay, two will be the fixed resistors, one will be the standard resistor, and one will be the unknown resistor. Okay, so at bridge balance, yes, current flowing through the galvanometer will be 0, or deflector current is equal to 0 ampere. Okay, so now if you check, if this current is 0, can we say that whatever the current here, let us consider it is I1, the same current will flow here, right? Because whatever the current here at this point, at this node, it is having two paths available, but this current is 0, so that's why total current will flow through this R2 only. Okay, let us consider here current is I2, right? So here it will be I2 because deflector current will be 0. Okay, so it is I2, this is also I2. Next, so as deflector current is 0, so what about the voltage across deflector? It is a 0, right? So potential difference between these 2 points is equal to 0. Okay, so can we say that if these points potential difference is 0, means what? Potential at this point is equal to potential at this point. Okay, so due to that, what will happen, E1 will be become equal to E4, and E2 becomes equal to E3. Okay, E1 will be equal to E4 and E2 will be equal to E3. Okay, so it will be like this. So here E1 is equal to E4 and E2 is equal to E3. Okay, next, so now can we take the ratio E1 by E2 is equal to E4 by E3. Okay, so further, what is E1? E1 is equal to I1 into R1. So it is I1 into R1, that is the E1. What is E2? E2 is equal to I1 into R2. Okay, so it is I1 into R2 is equal to, what is E4? E4 is I2 into R4. I2 into R4 divided by, what is E3? It is I3 into R3. Right? Sorry, I2 into R3. So here it is I2. So what will happen? This I1 will get cancelled out. I2 will get cancelled out. Okay. So now can we write it as, therefore it is like R1 upon R2 is equal to R4 upon R3, and this indicates R1 R3 is equal to R2 R4. So please point to be noted. At bridge balance, R1 into R3, this product, that is the product of opposite branch resistors, should be equal to R2 into R4. Okay, opposite branch resistors. Okay, so this is the condition for bridge balance. Okay, in the case of DC bridges, are you getting the point? Okay, so please try to understand why these two EMFs are equal, because E1 is E4, because this potential difference is 0, so whatever the potential here, the same potential will appear here. Okay, again this is 0 potential difference, so whatever the potential, the same potential will be here. Okay, so this is about the DC bridge, right? Try point to be noted here. The opposite branch resistor product, right, should be same. Next, for AC bridges, what will happen? For AC bridges, now in the case of AC bridges, so in case of AC bridges, now instead of resistor, we will be having the impedance. Okay, so suppose here we are having the impedance Z1. Okay, here impedance, let us consider as Z. Let us discuss what we have considered in the previous case. Here we will be having the EMF, let us consider it as a E, and here it will be a detector we are having, or it is a oscillator. You can say a detector, or you can say a galvanometer, vibrational galvanometer, etc. Okay, Z1, Z3, and here it is Z2, Z4. So same way, okay, at bridge balance what will happen? So at bridge balance, okay, Z1 into Z3 opposite branch impedance is equal to Z2 into Z4. Okay, now if you check, this is the impedance. Okay, impedance can be represented either in polar form or in the rectangular form. So if it is represented in polar form, so it will be like R1 at angle theta 1 into R3 at angle theta 3. Okay, this should be equal to Z2 into Z4. Z2 is R2 at angle theta 2 into R4 at angle theta 4, right? So now how to simplify it? Yes, this is nothing but we can write R1 into R2, okay, at angle theta 1 plus theta 3 should be equal to R2 into R4 at angle, yes, product of the two polar, yes, angles addition will be there, so theta 2 plus theta 4, here it is. Okay, so it is like R1 R2, that is the magnitudes, right, of impedances. R1 R2 should be equal to, sorry, R1 R3 should be equal to R2 R4, R2 into R4. This is the equivalent magnitude. Okay, and at the same time angles theta 1 plus theta 3 should be equal to theta 2 plus theta 4. This is the second requirement. Okay, means additions of the angles in the opposite branch impedances should be same, and here magnitudes should be same. Okay, so friends, this is about the DC and AC bridges. Thank you.